What up? Time for the Royal Ramble on the Royal Rumble. And, good show, I would say. If not for a lot of sticking points. Like, a lot. But, we're gonna get to that. Needless to say, oops, they did it again. So I didn't get a chance to do, like, a predictions video, so I figured I'd just kind of put them all into one, say what I thought should have happened, and then just kind of comment on what I thought about how they actually pulled it off. So, if we start with the first match, the Ascension versus the New Age Outlaws. The New Age Outlaws are a group that have been around forever. They were part of DX. Like, they are... The joke is that they're the Old Age Outlaws, because they've been around. And they're going against the Ascension. These new guys who are claiming to be better than any other tag team ever. Better than Hawk and Animal, the Road Warriors. Better than Demolition. Better than all of them. And they fucking wreck shop in NXT. Like, they were the longest reigning NXT champions in history. They fucking just clean house. They had a match against Too Cool, who's another, like, all-time great tag team, and just, like, mopped the floor with them. Like, they're fucking legitimate guys. But a weird trend that you can totally see in WWE is if you made your name in NXT, for some reason, you get to the roster and it's like whoever's writing for you just fucking hates your guts. Because, let's see, we had Adam Rose, who, yeah, he didn't have much going for him in NXT because all he was the dude that walked around with a big group. But at least he had people cheering for him. And then they just kind of kept not doing much of nothing with him. So now he got kind of buried. Bo Dallas, who had a tremendous transformation in NXT. He started as, like, supposed to be, like, some kind of fucking, like, all-American country boy, but he looks like some Asian guy. And, like, he changed all the way into being the inspirational one. It's like, believe in yourself. It's, like, some awesome, like, great, like, development of a character. And he gets to WWE, and he's Bo Dallas. He most certainly is. And he has a winning streak, and he's just being a fucking smarmy douche about it. Like, yeah, I win. Like, even if he's facing, like, a fucking midget, he acts like he just won the championship, running around the ring, fucking arms raised, like, I did it, woo! Fucking 17 and Bo! Like, has, like, a major feud with Mark Henry, and just has this big winning streak under his belt. And then one week he comes out there, gets rolled up in like 3 seconds, and loses his winning streak. That's it. And then now he's just some guy that gets beat. So it's almost like it's a curse to have come from NXT, which is their developmental territory. And it's also a whole other rant for a whole other time. But now we have the Ascension up here. And when they were in NXT, they were like, if you watched my fucking epic long NXT Our Evolution video, they're fucking like, they're like if you drilled to the center of a glacier and found two fucking frozen Vikings. That would be these two. They're just fucking animals, and they just kick the shit out of everything. And that just was their MO. They were just fucking badasses in NXT. Now they're on WWE TV, and they're just rip-offs of the Road Warriors or Demolition or any of these old tag teams with, like, giant shoulder pads with spikes and face paint. And it just doesn't fit for them because they haven't been working on that character. Like, they aren't, like, guys who go out there and, like, say, like, talk a lot of shit. And that's what they've been forced to do, is talk smack a lot. And they don't. They just go out there and kick the piss out of things. Like, they just knock teeps down people's throats. And it's weird when you come in and you're just talking all this smack, saying how great you are, and then they have them facing off against literal nobodies, like no-name people, like people that don't even have names from around whatever town they're in. And the weirdest thing of all, the bad guy commentator, like the guy that's always rooting for the bad guys, like, yeah, it's these guys. He's even calling them fucking clowns because they're just dressed up like the Legion of Doom or anybody else. He's like, these guys fucking come out here saying they're so great, and yet they're just fighting fucking guys that weigh 120 pounds apiece. Like, how are you supposed to take these guys seriously? So then they had a really good chance to make these guys look awesome. They had a Raw reunion this past Monday where the NWO from WCW all kind of came out and started having their little reunion. And then the Ascension come out. They come out there, they get in the NWO's face. You think, oh, they're just going to beat the crap out of these legends. How dare they? Nope. Hold up a microphone. And they're like, we're going to beat you up! We most certainly are going to destroy you! We are awesome, and you are lame and old. Mm-hmm. And just kind of stood there while another group of legends comes out, like the APA, who has the heel commentator in it. And then, the New Age Outlaws come out. So now it's like a 7-on-2 fight. And the good thing they did was they didn't make the Ascension look like they were going to back down from the fight. They were like, oh, yeah, we're going to beat you up. No, this group of old men just whipped the shit out of the most devastating tag team NXT has ever seen. A team that took two of the most world-class up-and-coming superstars to even, like, slow down in Hideo Itami and Finn Balor. But then old guys can come out there and just beat them up, too. I mean, whichever they could have done. So, needless to say, if you're trying to make this team look like jokes, they've been doing a severely good job. But this is going to be their first major victory against the New Age Outlaws, because we all knew they were going to win. It was to what capacity were they going to win? What I would have done, if I was fantasy booking it, like I probably should, because I'm so much smarter than them, is just have them kill them. Like, have the Ascension come out first, the New Age Outlaws start coming out, doing their shtick. They're like, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and children of all ages, the New Age Outlaws, because they come out there and they talk for like 13 minutes. That is always their entrance. And just as they're talking, fucking Ascension squashes them like fucking gnats. Just murder, like death and destruction. Fall of man to both of them at the same time. I don't care. Like, put an exclamation point saying, fucking Ascension. And then just have them walk out like, you fucking think we're jokes? We're fucking not. Look what we just did to these fucking old timers. These guys thought they were hot shit, and we fucking turned them into smears on the canvas. I think that would have been a perfectly fine way to do that. They didn't go that route. They decided to have them have a match. And they barely won. That's the best I can say. It was like a back and forth match where the New Age Outlaws did all of their like hokey shit, because they do a lot of like punch, punch, woo, punch. And like they did that up until they were about to do their finishers. And then one guy got tossed out of the ring, and another guy got tossed out of the ring. And then they only had the two guys, and then they had one guy, and then they both hit their finisher, and then they win. Like, just squeaked by with a win. And it's just, that's not how you should have done that. If you wanted to actually make them look strong, you don't have them just barely beat some old guys. And it makes me wonder if they actually do want to make them look strong, or if they really do just want to make them look like jokes. Because I hear a lot that Vince doesn't like the fact that NXT is essentially held in higher respects than anything on Raw or SmackDown. So, meh. Then we had the tag team titles match. I cannot give less of a shit. Yeah, it has Mizdow. Mizdow's awesome. Everybody loves Mizdow. But it seems obvious at this point that they're just not going to do anything with Mizdow except for keep him being Miz's, like, doppelganger. And we've already seen this match. We've seen it at 2 other pay-per-views. And we've seen it in some combination at least fucking 15 times in the past 3 weeks. It seems like every show, like every Raw, SmackDown, main event, and Superstars has some kind of combination of Mizdow versus the Usos. So I couldn't give a fuck. Sandow only got like 10 seconds in the match, which has kind of been their MO. But when you keep on doing it for 3 fucking months, 4 times a week, why does it matter anymore? That's just what they do. It's not like a clever thing anymore. That's just what it is. So Usos retain. I was hoping if I was booking this, it would have turned out to be something like, yeah, Miz keeps Mizdow out like you had to do. Like, it's just become part of the thing. But then as, like, the Usos are fucking teeing off on Mizdow gets a blind tag, which is where, like, they tag in without the other 2 guys seeing it, but the referee sees it. And then, like, they start teeing off on Miz, and then the Mizdow comes in like a fucking ball of fire, starts, taking out the Usos, starts really taking it to him because he's not been in this match at all. He's fucking fresh and ready to go. And he starts taking them down. He starts hitting Miz's own moves on these guys. And, like, hits a skull-crushing finale on one. One guy is about ready to get hit with a skull-crushing finale, but then Mizdow goes, what the fuck? The Miz goes, what the fuck? And then, like, pushes Mizdow out and then, like, hits the skull-crushing finale of his own. And he starts, like, saying, like, you're the fucking stunt double. You don't fucking do that. You're the fucking stunt double. I'm the fucking guy. Get in the fucking corner. And he starts, like, doing that. And then, like, Miz eats a fucking super kick and a splash, and Mizdow sells like, oh man, I got super kicked and splashed on, so he doesn't break up the pin. And then you have some kind of dissension starting there. And then later, when they're in the Rumble, you have the Miz in there for a little bit, and then Mizdow comes out, and for a while, Mizdow is like just taking all the same bumps that the Miz is. Like, if he almost goes over the rope, Mizdow's on the other side, almost going over the rope, getting pushed off or whatever. Cartoonish shit like I'm sure they would have done. And then there's just a point where the Miz is like about to eliminate somebody, and then Mizdow just runs over, grabs by the ankle, and hucks his fucking ass over there too. And he's like, haha, I guess I'm the fucking actor now, motherfucker. And then you can have a feud between Miz and Mizdow, starting at the Royal Rumble. That's what I would have done, but it doesn't seem like they're going that way, because during the match, during the Royal Rumble match, Mizdow comes in at like 22, and Miz goes like, no, I'm gonna take your number. You go in the back. But then as Miz tries to get in the ring, he gets knocked back down off and like is unconscious, and Mizdow's like, and he goes in the ring. That's about as close as we get to that. More on that angle when we get to the Royal Rumble match itself. But yeah, boring match. It's whatever. Then we had Paige and Natalya, like them, versus the Bella Twins. Not so much, still good wrestlers. And when you put all 4 of these 2 good wrestlers and 2 okay wrestlers, you get a match. I can't buy that Nikki and Brie Bella are better wrestlers than someone who's been trained by a fucking Hart and Paige, who is one of the longest reigning NXT Women's Champions in history, who also didn't actually lose it, just had to strip it because she won both the NXT and the WWE Women's belts. So, chick's got some credibility, and they just kind of lose. They just lose. Meh. Highlight of the match was Paige acting like a lesbian, so I guess it's a 10 out of 10 match at that point. I don't even have any fancy booking. I was just going to let them do whatever they want, because they're kind of committed to doing what the fuck ever with women's matches in WWE. Then we have match of the night. We had 3 guys. John Cena, 16-time World Heavyweight Champion. Mr. Money in the Bank in the future of the WWE, Seth Rollins. And the reigning, defending WWE Heavyweight Champion of the world, the Beast Incarnate, the 1 in 21, the guy that broke The Undertaker's undefeated streak at WrestleMania, Brock Lesnar. Now we have Mr. Never Give Up, You have the guy that destroyed the Shield. You had the guy that broke the greatest streak in WrestleMania or sports entertainment history. Someone who, like, killed a legend. Who do we think the crowd's going to cheer for? The one who's always super nice and supportive of everybody and who never gives up? The guy who, like, just betrayed two of the other top guys in the company? Or a guy who fucking just ruined everything at WrestleMania last year? Crowd favorite. Crowd favorite tonight. Go Philly. This guy got his new song. Because the song starts off like da 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 da, and everyone just usually boos through it. Not Philadelphia. Philadelphia does what I've been doing since I was fucking 12. John Cena sucks. John Cena sucks. John Cena sucks. Sorry I had to hear that, but it's awesome. Fucking hate Cena. And the crowd hated Cena too. He had to like go out and like find the one person who would actually take his shirt without throwing it back. Yeah, cool stuff. Great match. How I would have booked it was essentially bell rings. Both John Cena and Brock Lesnar want to rip Seth Rollins' head off of his shoulders. So what he does is, what he should do if I was booking this, is just roll out of the ring, walk the fuck over to the commentary table, sit down at the chair, and just like put on some headphones and just start talking. Just start being like, look, these fucking guys go at it. And just like have Cena and Brock just murder each other like they did at Night of Champions. And like the commentator's like, what the fuck are you doing? Get the fuck off the table. And he's like, what? No, look at this match. It's fucking awesome. Look at that. Brock Lesnar just dropped him on his head again. Fuck me. That guy's like a silverback. Am I right? And the commentator should just be like, what the fuck are you doing? He's like, psh, dude, I got the Money in the Bank briefcase. I get a title shot whenever I want. I'll just kill whoever wins right here. High five myself. And I'll essentially just have that until one or the other of Brock Lesnar and John Cena just go, wait, what the fuck is that guy doing? And then just go out there and pull him into the ring and just fucking squash him. Which, yeah. And I would have had Rollins walk out of here with the belt in some way or another. Like, either he wins and has, like, he wins the belt in this match and also has the briefcase. That way he just seems like he's got everything in his fucking back pocket. Or possibly have Brock Lesnar beat Cena, or Cena beat Lesnar, and then Rollins just pretty much just walks in and takes the belt with his Money in the Bank briefcase. Because that gives you a title shot whenever the fuck you want it, as long as they're in a ring. So, you can do it after they just got shot with a shotgun. Be like, well, let's go. Bell. Bing ding. And then win the belt like that. But that's not what happened. What happened was fucking awesome. It was really goddamn good. The story of this match was essentially everybody wants to kill Rollins. Like, Lesnar and Cena want to kill Rollins. But Rollins and Cena need to kill fucking Lesnar. Because Lesnar's the T-9000. Yeah, he skipped like every generation of the Terminator because he's fucking insane. Like, he starts this match by chasing Rollins out of the ring. So it's just him and Cena fighting. Then he drops Cena on his head like 3 or 4 times. Rollins tries to get in. He gets dropped on his head. And then Brock just kind of walks around just beating the shit out of these two guys. Throwing them like they're fucking hacky sacks. We got a special guest named Mimsy. She particularly liked the part where Brock Lesnar threw John Cena into Seth Rollins with a German suplex. Because she got the hiccups. It was so intense. Goodbye. And yeah, it was a really good match. They kept doing spots where Brock Lesnar was just killing him. So he throws both of them out of the ring. And he goes out to throw him, like, to get him back in the ring or do what the fuck ever he's going to do. Because he has them at his mercy right now. So, like, John Cena and Rollins just pretty much go, fuck it, we got to take this guy out. So, like, Cena sends him into the steel steps, and then Rollins like drop kicks his fucking shins into the steps, and then like Lesnar's just sitting there with his like head against the steps, and like Cena just fucking baseball tackles him into that, or football, whatever, sports. It's just like they're just trying to murder this guy. So skip ahead. Like at this point, like everybody's hit a finisher on each other, and Brock's eaten like fucking 3 FUs in like a curb stomp, which is exactly as it sounds. Seth Rollins runs up and stomps on the back of your head until it smashes into a piece of wood, until it smashes into the ring. It's crazy, and this guy is still just like, I'm the fucking champ. UFC fucking monster. So like Cena throws him into the steps again, picks up the steps, fucking hits Brock in the face with these steps. Brock ends up on the table, and then Rollins gets up on the turnbuckle and jumps out of the ring onto Brock through this table. And holy fucking shit, it looked like it hurt so bad. Because like usually whenever they hit the table, the table just goes like, but the table went boosh and it fucking explodes, and like Rollins like bounces up off of fucking Brock Lesnar's adamantine skeleton. It's fucking awesome. And then it was pretty much just a John Cena versus Seth Rollins match for a little while. Like they even had like to sell the fact that 200 pounds of man just fell on Brock Lesnar's sternum. They actually had the EMTs come out there and like sort of like doing little tests on him and stuff. It was pretty fucking cool. So Seth Rollins is fighting John Cena, and he can't put him away. He's curb stomped him. He's fucking does this thing where he has a power bomb and just sprints and throws him neck first into the other turnbuckle. Just like can't put John Cena away because John Cena is fucking Superman. He gets all his power from the sun. And finally, like Seth Rollins goes out and grabs his briefcase and just starts beating just trying to fucking destroy this fucking man named John Cena with this steel briefcase. Just die, motherfucker! And just can't do it. Like, he even has like these 2 other goons that come with him, named J&J Security, which is Jamie Noble and Joey Mercury. John Cena fucking kills both of them by hitting them, like, stacks them on top of each other and, like, FUs both of them at the same time. So Seth Rollins is trying to put John Cena away. He just fucking can't. So he gets up on the top rope and he does this really fucking cool like corkscrew backflip thing. It looked insane. And like slams down. But like as soon as he hits, you just fucking see the worst thing in the world. And that is Brock Lesnar get back into the ring. And like as like Rollins is like bouncing off of John Cena off of this insane fucking flip, Lesnar catches him and German suplexes him right on the back of his fucking head. And then, like, Lesnar grabs Cena and fucking suplexes him. Rollins is back up. He goes to suplex him. Rollins lands on his feet. And, like, as soon as he lands, he's like, "Where the fuck's my briefcase?" And grabs it and just starts beating the shit out of Lesnar with it. Like, just fucking, like, derp, 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 die, stay the fuck down. Like, it was fucking awesome. And tries to curb stomp him on the briefcase. Lesnar grabs him, fucking F5s him straight to fucking hell, and retains. I can't even be mad. That was just so fucking awesome. Whew. And that match took a minute for me to explain out. That was the end of pretty much anyone being extremely happy about this. Because next comes up the Royal Rumble match, which will be in another video. That way this one doesn't run on too long. So, see you in 1.5 seconds.